feel to have 3 wins in a row as a team?
Yeah, it feels amazing. We really didn't think. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the win today. It just felt like we were sort of back against the wall. We had an issue. We hit something under the water. We don't know what it was in the lead up to the first race, and it was just a race against the clock. But our short team did an unbelievable job, and yeah, for us, MVP today to the short team, because a lot of short teams wouldn't have gotten their team racing, but ours did. So that put us in with a chance, and we were able to get there in the end.
How tough was the racing out here in New York?
It's really tough. That's the hardest racetrack. It's the current, the wind, underwater objects. There's so much going on, and yeah, it just felt like we were just trying to keep our head above water, and then we made the final, and then we had a great race.
Can you just talk us through that last bottom mark with the British? Obviously, it was super tight. Everyone's yelling penalties.
Yeah, coming into that last bottom mark, we knew it was going to be tight. We didn't have a great jibe. We struggled to lay the top mark, and we were slower than them the whole way down. And then in that last mark, we thought that we had the rights and they can't jibe in front of us. And when they turned, we pressed protest. And then once we're inside the zone, they've got to give us room. And then after the mark, they obviously tried to luff us, but I sort of came up with the luff, and then I felt we were around the front of them, and so I sort of pressed over. And I mean, everyone's got a different perspective, I'm sure, but in our eyes, we were the right-of-way boat. But I don't know. I have to have a look at it again.
And it's not your home event, but the home event of your co-owners. How cool is it to win for them?
Yeah, it is very cool to win for our co-owners. Having Hugh here this week and getting to meet the team and hang out with us, and and also Ryan being here. He wasn't at the event, unfortunately, but we'll be spending some more time with him soon. And so, I mean, yeah, it's great. It's great for everyone. We've never won here, and we're just stoked. Awesome, thanks.
Dylan, obviously always fighting for the win, but how good is it for the team to be back in the final?
I think fantastic day for the team, or weekend for the team, feeling like we've started to get some of our old form back, and especially if you look to Rio, where we were on the same configuration in similar conditions and we really struggled. So yeah, really proud of how the team came out firing, but I guess ultimately slightly bittersweet that we didn't quite get the win in the end.
Can you just talk us through that bottom gate with the Australians, obviously neck and neck to the very end?
Yeah, we let the Aussies past on the last beat with a split call at the bottom, and they got a fantastic shift to get ahead, and I was then proud of how we used our speed to get back past them, but a mistake on the jibe meant we were slightly on the back foot. We left them after the mark when we gave the mark room, and we had a couple of bites of the cherry trying to put a penalty on them, and ultimately we're very surprised that we didn't get a penalty. But when you leave it in the hands of the umpires, that's it's always a 50-50.
At New York, it's just such a challenging race course. It looked like today was super hard in a completely different way to yesterday.
Yeah, very challenging day, and New York's a fantastic venue for it. Lots of tide, shifty, hard to read the wind, and I'm not sure any of us expected it to be quite that breezy today on that config, so that was especially challenging. But yeah, fantastic day of racing, a good bit of action.
We've been a bit of a broken record over the beginning of this season. Always, saying the same thing. We've kind of got to keep our head screwed on, and we know we've got a lot of gains to make, and really that hasn't changed today. But it's great to be back on the podium. It's been a long time coming. I think we know that we're capable, and we've not had the best start to the season, but yeah, it's nice to put a Grand Prix together, finish on the podium. So look, we're happy at the Northstar today for sure.
Going into the final, you obviously split quite early. What was the decision on that?
Yeah, well, I got the positioning that I wanted to get out of the start, being the leeward boat. When I came around the back of the Australians and looked at how tight the true wind angle was to Mark 1, kind of had a bit of gritted teeth, unfortunately. And yeah, we were just a little bit slow from that low down on the line and got rolled. And then when you're back in third, I just wanted to be able to get an early split, so opted for the early jibe. It just didn't play out. We needed to step to the left on the first upwind. And fell behind a little bit. But look, I mean, it's the way those last races go sometimes. And look, there's a lot of positives that we can take from the weekend, and I think that's exactly what we'll do.
Yeah, a lot of positives and a lot of points going into Halifax. You must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I think the points are certainly needed. We're looking down the barrel of our home Grand Prix with Halifax up next, and we are more than excited to be headed back home and back to Halifax, and look, hopefully we can build on this and step forward again.
You must be pretty happy to get on the Canadian boat in Halifax. You weren't on it last time round, but it was exciting racing, big crowds. It's probably one of the better events we had.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, Halifax last time round was amazing. It was my first win of a Grand Prix with the British, and to be heading back there as the home team, the home favourite. I know that the whole city comes out for everything SailGP. And it'll be nice to be the focus of that for sure.
Taylor, just talk us through the incident from your eyes.
Oh, maybe we start with the beginning of the day. How about that? Come on, Lisa.
Okay, we can start with the positives. You guys had an absolute cracker of a day. It was going so well for you out there. How did it feel to kind of be at the front of the fleet?
Yeah, the day started off great. Disappointing ending, obviously, but we felt like we had a really good grip for the racetrack and sailing the boat really well, and the team was gelling nicely, and so again, it's not the day we wanted in the end, but some positives to take away, and we need to definitely think about those gains that we made this week.
One positive is you did move up on the overall leaderboard, so you're back in the top 3. That must be nice.
Yeah, always nice to move up after a day like that, but again, disappointing to finish how we did, and really on me. So definitely going to go back and kind of look at the whole incident. I don't really have time to unfold everything yet, so we'll get to that soon.
I guess with the incident, obviously you haven't reviewed it in heavy detail, but I guess how hard is it in those moments when everything just happens so fast?
Yeah, it's definitely something that we need to probably look up as a group, and internally in our team and as a league. And no one likes to get in big collisions, and at any point when boats can avoid them, I think we need to make sure that that's happening. And there's definitely blind spots in these boats that make it quite difficult, and we've seen it kind of catch people out before. And that was definitely not an easy one for us, and kind of things unfolded quickly when everything came to I guess awareness that there was going to be a big crash. So there wasn't much time to react, and when we noticed it, we did everything we could.
How's the boat?
Still in the water, unfortunately. It'll be coming out shortly. I think that some other boats needed more attention than ours, which is I guess good and bad, but there's definitely some damage. I think gonna have to go through quite a few things to just double check that everything's okay. And it looked relatively okay, but there's definitely going to be a full evaluation on shore. Yeah, thanks.
It looked like a hard day for everyone out there. What made the Hudson River so challenging?
Yeah, I think today was super tricky. The boat felt really powerful with this config. We were uprange on the 27.5 meter wing and the big jib, so it was difficult to handle the boat, but also with the current quite gusty. I think at the end of the day it has been a good day for most of the boats, but it was challenging.
And you had a new wing trim on today. How did that go?
Yeah, I think honestly Enzo did an unbelievable job. He also had a really good support from Luca and both Philippe, also Jason tried to mentor him, and I think he did well. Few things to set up, but honestly it's a really good day for us. We're happy with the result, and it's a good operation.
Nathan, how was it out there on the Hudson for you?
Oh, it was great to go sailing. We come all this way, so it was awesome to get a race day in. We kind of struggled getting off the start line a little bit today, as we all saw. There wasn't much space, and big crash in the last start, so we're happy we weren't involved in that. But from there it was just a tough day, really dynamic conditions, and we were in the mix, but we just sort of fell out of that chance for the podium in the last race.
And how do you feel? Like, obviously Bermuda was a tough one for your team, but if you reflect on the season, obviously you
team's doing all right. There's just still lots of missed opportunities. You know, like we've had so many events where we've been really close to the podium but not quite there, and getting a lot of, 4 5s and 6s as our results, which is good for a new team but a bit below our expectations. And I think we're just not capitalising on the opportunities when they present themselves to us, and that's hurting us a bit on the leaderboard.
Yeah, it was obviously a bit of a big wing today, and we've got our stuff together, which is pretty nice, and having a nice weekend until that last race. So a bit disappointing.
What actually happened with the incident?
Yeah, look, I'm still a bit baffled by it. We're a boat that's clear ahead on the start line, sort of coming up the start line to stay, behind it, and you got 2 boats run into you from coming in fast from behind, and it's I'm not sure what I can do. As soon as it came into my vision, I made a pretty evasive action to try and avoid it, and that's about as close as you want to come to losing your life there. I'd say it's sort of you're at the mercy of the others, and you got 5 humans on the boat there on that side of the boat, and getting run into at 60 kilometres an hour by another boat is not very fun.
What is the state of the team and how is everyone?
Yeah, everyone's just really annoyed. It's just pretty frustrating to have your weekend in that way, and especially when you're in sort of podium position going into that race, and you're sailing well, and you're lining up ready to go and give it your best shot. And we're sailing a lot better, and we've made big steps in between the last 2 events, and I think it was showing on the water, and then that happens, and it's puts a bit of a sour taste in your mouth.
Have you had a chance to speak to tech team and find out what's the status of the boat?
Oh, the boat's a bit of a write-off. One hull's sunk basically, so it's chopped in many places because it's not coming back, that hull. That can go in the bin, and we'll see where it goes from there.
They give you a time frame status for Halifax?
Look, the boat's just gone on the crane, so unless we get the US hull, I think it's going to be pretty hard sell. So I haven't looked at it completely, but from what I saw on the water, that hull was probably not coming back ever again.
Nicolai, obviously a frustrating start today, but good comeback at the end there. How hard was racing today?
Super hard technically. We had a lot of swell running on the boat, a lot of chop, a lot of on and off breeze, big puffs, big wings. So it was just a tricky day for boat handling, and I think everyone was struggling. But you're right, we were definitely struggling as well.
I saw one mark rounding that got pretty loose. How hard was it just to manage the boat out there?
It was extremely hard, and I think it's one of those days. The harder the conditions get, the better the teams who sailed many years together in a lot of positions have it. And we definitely were trying to help each other out, but it was tricky, and we did everything we could in, I would say, in most races.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to get on the water today. We had actually a long practice, which is quite unusual. So plenty of time on the water today, and difficult configuration, similar to what we had in Rio on day 2. So really overpowered with those big wings, over range. But it was fun racing. We actually got off the start line pretty well, but we were unfortunately not really keeping our positions from Mark 1. So that was frustrating, because I think it was anyone's day out there today. We saw everybody up and down, and felt like we had the things in our hand to do well, but we didn't really capitalize on it. So we're in the mix, but frustrating.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you look pretty consistent on the starts. Where do you think it was going wrong where you were falling back after that?
Yeah, we struggled, after Mark 1, we had a couple wobbly moments, and that meant the back was right behind us on that first jibe, and we were in some pretty tricky position in that first leeward gate, and missed a bit of anticipation there. So we often had to rush a bit our decisions down there, which was not good.
Yeah, we came here to New York to race, and finally went racing today after yesterday not being, a lot of things going on with the wind. And today was actually quite unexpected as well. We thought it was going to be much lighter, and we got quite a good breeze here in New York, and it was quite fun to sail until we had a big sandwich crash, and we got stuck in the middle. And it was pretty slow motion, so it was, pretty okay. Nobody got injured, and that's the most important thing. And coming up to an event where you're finally getting along the fleet and you get a crash is always a big stop for the event. And the conditions today were pretty good to race, and yeah, we feel for not making that last race.
Martine, obviously, that's great that everyone's okay. Has anyone spoken to you about sort of the boat and how long that progress is going to be to get you on the water and Halifax?
Yeah, one of the key things now thinking forwards is how much time we can repair this, and it's very little time into Halifax. Looking into it, it seems a very short time, and we'll be looking for the best.
Erik, it's a pretty tough day for F50 sailing out there. How did you guys find it?
Yeah, extremely ambitious with a big wing, very chaotic, and lots of situations. And yeah, we had not a good day, and we're also not happy with the jury decisions today. It was overall very frustrating.
It looked like it was very close around the track. Lots of really close situations, and obviously a collision. How hard is it when the racing's just that tight?
Wasn't tight for us. We were, we've had bad start in the first one. Had I think a wrong jury decision in the second one. So we had to wait for the last team to get past us. And in the third one, we were in the game, finally back. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and it's not fun. It was a very bad day.
Yeah, obviously we're super frustrated now. It's the second time we have a 0 this season for an issue that we couldn't control much. So yeah, another failure. And it was a very weird weekend, no? With yesterday not being able to put all the boats in the water. We were told that yesterday's racing was going to count for the weekend, but the weekend was not going to count for the season. Then at night suddenly we get told yesterday's racing is erased and this event will count for the season, but only Sunday's racing is, everything's a bit weird now, and obviously we were super unlucky with our up and down ram failing. Suddenly we were doing a practice start. We went on the ridge and the windward board just fell down from the sky and yeah, never worked again, so very unlucky.